All right, so that was season 1. I'm not even halfway through yet. I think season 2, like 70 people have died already. All right, season 2 showed us even more heartache than season 1. Can you believe that? Wow. Wonder how many people Damon's gonna kill this season. But now that the characters that have survived to season 2 we're all really attached to, here we're 22 episodes in, going into episode 23. And we also are introduced to new characters and new beginnings. Some we love, some and maybe not so much. But their death definitely has some kind of a domino effect on another character, which ultimately we know. So the first one, and I hope I have this in order, and if anybody wants to correct me, you can. Mason Lockwood, who was the younger brother to Richard and uncle to Tyler. Mason came to town to kind of give Tyler a new hope. Was he first? Kristen? Was he first? That's what I thought. I didn't Google this. I just really did this by memory. I was like, wow, I'm crazy that I remember this in order. He kind of gave Tyler a new hope for a dad that he could bond with. And Mason, however, had a secret that we all learned later. And that was part of the reason that he came into town, because he wanted to protect Tyler from this secret. Mason was killed extremely dramatically by Damon Salvatore. That was an extremely dramatic moment. That was a little unnecessary, because I thought Mason was a good guy, and let's face it, he is hot. He was good looking. They need to bring his ass back from the dead. For real. All right. Rose was a vampire who, I think Rose was about 560 years old, give or take, right? That oil of Olay works really good on her. I need to find out who does her makeup. So she was on the run from Klaus, which we all know that Klaus is in the original. He was really badass. We didn't know much about Klaus at that point in the originals and why they wanted Atlanta. And at first, Rose was willing to give her up. But once Trevor was killed, which Trevor's another one, Trevor and Rose had been running together for about 500 years. Trevor's death was sad, although he wasn't on the show a long time, but Trevor's death was also really badass because it opened up Elijah to us, and I don't think we knew how awesome an original was until Elijah was just like, look what I can do. And then we were all like, all right, yeah, we can live without this dude. That's cool. Elijah's cool. So Trevor was killed by Elijah, right? Rose had nowhere to go, and at that point she decided that she would help the Salvatore brothers keep her safe from Atlanta. Help keep Atlanta safe. Besides Elena, Rose was the first person we saw Damon kind of care about. Rose was bitten by a wolf, and she was killed by Damon. But again, Damon was doing her a favor to assure that she didn't live through that death, which we don't even know. They keep either staking them or giving them cures. We don't know what really happens. All right. Luca Martin and his father Jonas were warlock friends of the original Elijah. They were helping him in hopes to get their daughter Greta back, which we learned later that Greta did not want to be found. She didn't really give two rat's ass. She was on the side of the enemy. Jonas, he cast an indivisibility. There we go. He made him invisible. Are you gonna say that right? He made him disappear. And in hopes to sneak into the Salvatore house and take the safe out of Elijah. Good old Catherine comes around and he gets caught, and Damon takes a torch to his ass. And that's the last that we see of him. His father is killed by Stefan, which I think this is only Stefan's other kill. But this was after his father had taken Bonnie's powers and then gave them back right before his dramatic death. Catherine killed him. Wow, thank you. Okay. Can y'all edit that? What? Okay, yeah, I'm sorry I'm cussing. I apologize. Edit that out. Except for my apology, don't let her know. Okay. And then there is Isabel Flemings. She is the estranged mother of Elena and the ex to Alaric. Isabel was compelled to kidnap Elena and trap Catherine as part of Klaus's return to Mystic Falls. While at the cemetery telling Elena about why she did some of the things she did, she receives a phone call, and following the call, takes off her, was she wearing a ring or was she wearing a necklace? A necklace. I wrote ring, sorry. Took off her necklace and she burst into flames. I think we're all under the assumption she was compelled to do that. I don't think they ever really addressed it. But. All right, and then there is Maddox. Maddox was the warlock of Klaus. We assume him and Greta stayed with Klaus because they kind of just wanted power. He was a pretty powerful warlock, and he helped place Klaus in Alaric's body. That's particularly why I wanted to mention him, because he was pretty key to that scene. And he was killed by Dan and Salvatore. All right. This next one's really sad. Poor Aunt Jenna. Aunt Jenna. I don't know if anybody reads reviews online, but there is a picture of Elena that I saw the other day, and it said, "All 5 of my parents are dead." And it I thought it was really funny. All 5 of my parents are dead. So, and then there was one of Jeremy, and it said, 100% of my girlfriends have died. But all 5 of my parents are dead. I thought that was funny. But, Jenna Summers was Elena and Jeremy's aunt and guardian. She was the sister to their mother, Miranda Summers Gilbert. And later, Jenna starts a relationship with Alaric Salzman. When Isabel returns, Jenna becomes angry with Alaric and Elena because of their lies. Klaus is in Alaric's body, and he told Jenna about the vampires, but ultimately it was Stefan that showed them to her. After Damon frees Caroline for the ritual, Catherine is asked to lure Jenna out, and it's Klaus that kills her. It's Klaus that kills her to become a vampire for the ritual. The last scene with Aunt Jenna and Elena is a tearjerker, as a vampire she makes one last more attempt to save Elena and is killed by Klaus, and then Jenna is buried next to her sister. I don't know about y'all. I kind of felt it coming, but I didn't know how it was going to go down. But it was really sad. There's campaigns now for Jenna, like there was Anna. I don't think they're as strong, but they're out there. And then there's John Gilbert. John Gilbert was the villain of season 1, but in season 2, I don't know about you, but he grew on me. John took a larger role on to protect Elena and did the best he could to accept her choice to be with the vampires. Not wanting to take the chance, he has Bonnie do a spell to give Elena his life. When Elena came to, we see John fall to death. Elena reads a letter from him right before his and General's funeral, and everyone watching has a better understanding of John Gilbert. Yeah, he was a jerk in season 1, but he's kind of like a... It's hard for me to explain. It's hard for me to see why he hates Damon so much when Damon does a lot of the same things that he does, and they're in the same boat. Like, yeah, they've killed people, yeah, they've pissed people off, but ultimately the decisions that they all make revolve around keeping her safe. And so I really, really started to love John Gilbert there at the end. Last but not least is Elijah, blank last name, because I have no idea what it is. Is it Smith? Is that what we're calling it? Elijah Smith. I like it. Okay, so we know that Elijah has died about 7,020 times in season 2. And we know that an original can't die. So at some point, will Elijah come back? I don't know. But I think that Elijah is another one of those ones that was one of the good guys. And that scene at the end, I know everybody was like, Elijah, why did you let him live? And all I can think about was that's exactly what Stefan would do. That was Damon laying there. Yeah, Maria, I'm looking at you. So, they had, I mean, as much as they hated each other, they were all they had. And that's exactly how it is with Damon and Stefan. As much as they hate each other, they're all they have. So, you know, I hate you, but I'm going to save your life. And that's kind of what Elijah was doing. And Elijah just wanted to be with his family. And now he is. Temporarily. So, yep. So, what a list of characters over 44 episodes, guys. I mean, that's a lot of freaking dead people. But I'm sure it won't be the last of the ones love and lost when it comes to this show. Season 3 is going to hold a lot. I want to thank you all for participating in the fun and taking us seriously.